Am I the a-hole for making my dad leave after he called my husband useless while I was on bed rest? I'm the pregnant wife in this story, and honestly, I'm starting to doubt myself because my family is so split over this. I'm 31 weeks along and on strict bed rest due to complications. I can barely stand for more than a minute without feeling dizzy. My doctor said absolutely no stress, no exertion, and no unnecessary standing or walking. Basically, I'm glued to the bed or couch until this baby comes. Because of that, my husband has been doing everything. And I mean everything. Cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, grocery runs, working full-time from home so I'm not alone, helping me shower, helping me get dressed, carrying me to the bathroom at night when the cramps get too bad, all of it. He's exhausted. I can see it. But he never complains because he genuinely wants me and our baby safe. If anything, he keeps telling me, you and our baby are worth every extra thing I do. My father is the opposite of that. He's from the old school real men don't help with babies era. He has always been controlling and opinionated, but lately he's gotten worse. He calls my husband too soft, too emotional, and not a real provider, even though my husband earns more than him and is currently doing the work of two people just to keep our household running. 3 days ago, my dad decided to drop by. No call. No text. No warning. He used the emergency key we gave him years ago, for actual emergencies, not for casual walk-ins. I was in the bedroom lying down because I had terrible back pain that day. I heard the door open and immediately felt anxious because I can't just get up and greet someone. My husband came out of the kitchen, he'd been prepping lunch for me, and said to my dad, "Oh, hey. Let me help you take your shoes off." He always tries to be polite even when my dad is rude. My dad rolled his eyes like my husband had just offered him a glitter-covered tutu. Then he scanned the living room and said, loud enough for me to hear down the hallway, "Wow. House looks messy. Guess nobody's doing their job." My husband just swallowed and said calmly, "I'm doing my best." But my dad? He doubled down. This generation is pathetic. When your mother was pregnant, I didn't lift a finger. She handled it. Why can't you? From the bedroom, I yelled, because my pregnancy isn't like mom's. I'm on bed rest. He ignored me completely and looked right at my husband and said, "You're making her weak." That's when my husband, who never snaps, finally stood his ground a little. He didn't raise his voice, he didn't curse, he just said firmly, "Sir, with respect, I think it's time for you to go." My dad did not like being told to leave his daughter's home. He marched straight into the bedroom, stood over me like he was scolding a toddler, and said, "You've become soft too. Your husband is turning you into someone who needs to be catered to." Back in my day, I cut him off. Back in your day, Mom almost died because you refused to help her when she was going through complications. I'm not repeating her trauma because of your pride. He got red in the face, pointed toward my husband in the hallway, and said, "This is the man you chose over your own father." I said, without hesitation, "Yes. Absolutely yes." My father stood there stunned for a second, as if he couldn't believe I dared to challenge him. I told him he needed to leave our home and that he's not welcome back until he can show my husband basic respect, the same respect my husband has bent over backwards to show him for years. He called me ungrateful, said I'd regret abandoning my blood, and slammed the front door so hard my picture frames rattled. Since then, my family has exploded into two sides. Half of them say I did the right thing and should have cut him off sooner. The other half says I'm being brainwashed by my husband and turning my back on my own father. And now I'm lying here on bed rest, stressed, which I'm not supposed to be, wondering if I could have handled this differently. So, Reddit. Am I the a-hole for choosing my husband over my father and setting a boundary for the first time in my life?